Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'll show you how to make cinnamon roll macarons. I'm gonna teach you how to make the swirl shells, which are super fun and pretty. And we will make a cinnamon cream cheese frosting to fill the macarons. These macarons are so delicious. If you like this recipe for cinnamon roll macarons, leave it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel because I post new videos every week. Let's begin by sifting together the almond flour, powdered sugar, cinnamon powder, and a touch of cocoa powder just to give the shells a little tan color. When making macarons, it's very important to leave all the ingredients measured out and set aside ready to go. Now let's place a bowl over a pan with barely simmering water. We're going to add granulated sugar, and I'm also using egg white powder, which is totally optional, but I love the way it makes my shell so full and beautiful. Also, I'm adding egg whites, and we're going to whisk this mixture over the double boiler for just 1 to 2 minutes until the sugar melts. You can touch the syrup, and if you don't feel any sugar granules between your fingers, you can remove it from the heat. Transfer to a mixer and begin by whipping on low speed. Gradually increase the speed to medium and then to medium-high, where you will finish whipping the meringue until you achieve stiff peaks. The peaks should be shooting straight up and not bent down to the side. Now let's add the dry ingredients to the batter. Since I'm making 2 colors out of this one batter in order to make the swirls, I will stir the dry ingredients with the meringue just until they're combined. And I see no more streaks of almond flour or powdered sugar. At this point, I will stop stirring and divide the batter between 2 different bowls. Work with one bowl at a time, leaving the other one covered meanwhile. Stir the batter until it achieves the perfect consistency, which should be flowing slowly and effortlessly off the spatula. You should be able to form several figure eights with the batter that's falling off, and even after the batter breaks up, it should still continue to flow off the spatula. Now let's cover the batter and set it aside and work with the other one. I'm adding some brown food coloring to the other batter, and we're going to do the same thing here that we did before. Stir with a spatula until it achieves the perfect consistency. Also notice how I'm using less brown batter than white, because I wanted the swirl to kind of resemble the cinnamon roll swirls. And here we have it, this batter is ready. Notice how it's flowing slowly but effortlessly off the spatula and how it's incorporating with the batter that's already on the bowl. Now let's transfer this batter to a piping bag. I'm going to tie the end of the bag so the batter doesn't escape from the top as we're piping. And notice how the bag hasn't been cut at the end yet. We will do the same with the cream color batter. Transfer it to a piping bag that doesn't have the ends cut. And also make sure to secure the top with a tie. Now that we have both of our batters in the bag, let's snip the ends with a pair of scissors. Now let's line a piping bag with a round tip and place it in a cup like so. And we're going to insert both batters inside the large piping bag. The way I piped these macarons is a bit different than what I usually do. I started at the middle, but instead of piping straight down and then pulling the bag up, I went around in circle motions in order to form the swirl. And that's why it's going to be helpful if you use a smaller tip to pipe these macarons instead of a large round tip. I used a number 12 Wilton. The diameter of this tip is about 1/4 of an inch. After you're done piping the shells, bang the trays against the counter to release any air bubbles. Also use a toothpick to pop any remaining air bubbles from the surface of the macarons. Then let the macarons rest for 20 to 40 minutes. Time resting is going to depend on the consistency of your batter, how humid your kitchen is. So rest the macarons until you're able to touch the surface of a macaron and it doesn't stick to your finger. It feels dry to the touch. Then you can bake. I baked my macarons at 325 for 15 to 18 minutes. Now let's make the cinnamon cream cheese frosting. Let's begin by whisking or sifting together powdered sugar and some cinnamon. Now let's set that aside and add to a bowl cream cheese and butter at room temperature and cream both for a few minutes until very fluffy. Now let's add the powdered sugar and cinnamon mixture to the cream cheese and butter. Mix on low until incorporated and then raise the speed to medium-high to finish whipping. If the cinnamon cream cheese frosting seems too runny, add more powdered sugar, and if it seems too stiff, add just a touch of water or milk. At the end, add vanilla and mix to combine. Transfer the frosting to a piping bag and then pipe a dollop of frosting on each bottom shell. Then top with another macaron shell. Let the macarons mature overnight before serving. These are seriously one of my favorite macarons ever because I'm such a cinnamon lover. They're delicious. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Leave it a thumbs up if you like this video and also subscribe to my channel. The full recipe for these macarons is on my blog. The link will be down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!